everybody, Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and welcome to the Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles for tonight's main event. 12 rounds, middleweight action between these two great warriors. Alvarez on his way to the ring, and you can just tell what kind of night he intends this to be. He's just brimming with confidence. He's on his way to the ring. Boy, he looks confident. We've seen it many times with him through the years, but tonight, he's bubbling with confidence.
Fighting out of the blue corner, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Alvarez. And his opponents, fighting out of the blue corner, The Undertaker.
All right, guys, listen up. Let's have a good, clean fight. All right, touch him up. Let's go.
Opening stanza of this 12-round fight. We expect a high work rate among these two fighters. Now, do you want to see that same work rate throughout the whole fight? Or is that your expectation?
I'd love to, because we'd be having a good time, and our fans, they're going to enjoy it.
Able to dismiss his opponent's shot, and then comes back with an uppercut. Teddy, I guess they wanted it. Look at this action going right out there, wasting no time.
No, these guys are impatient. They couldn't wait to get at each other.
Really on target there with a three-punch combination. See, he's got his guard up really well that time, and it protects his head. Alvarez is making for a tough target there. He gets away from that punch. Whatever game plan and strategy they may have come in with, Teddy, they may have just thrown it out the window. They're trading blows nonstop in the round one.
Everything's been thrown out the window. Everything in the room is going out the window, and we love it.
And a smart counterpunch by Macho. Teddy, we hear a lot of people talking about where are the next great fighters coming from. In your eyes, I mean, you're around gyms all over the country, all over the world. Where are they coming from?
Well, Joe, I'll tell you where they're not coming from. They're not coming from football anymore. In the old days, the big guys, instead of going on the football field, somebody would look to make them into the next heavyweight champ. But now they're going to college, they're going to places where they find it a little bit of an easier travel, and we're losing a lot of those athletes.
Now he's getting into a groove. You can tell he just landed a three-punch combination. Lands the counter. Seconds remaining in this round. So swiftly able to turn defense into offense. Nice counterpunch.
And what you're noticing here is his opponent is starting to be a little wary of letting his jab go, because every time he jabs, he gets caught.
Don't stand in front of him.
Just focus on the fight. We'll take care of this brother. Get on that. Get on that.
Here we go. Round 2 is underway. Protecting his head well with his guard. And there he counters back against his opponent. Lands flush with the combination upstairs. What a great job. He gave one right back in return. Nice work by Alvarez. Good job staying away from the danger there. Lands the counter. Holy cow! Alvarez is absorbing a left hand. The Undertaker's starting to show some swelling. His corner should ice that down. Back and forth exchange. Able to get rid of that one. Halfway through round number 2. That was off the mark. Able to get away from that headshot with the block. Not hitting his mark there going upstairs. Alvarez has got to know that the answer is to go to the body against this faster fighter, but I'm not seeing him do it.
Well, that's part of the talent, is knowing. It's just recognizing where your opportunities are, where they must be. Look, if you were in a car race with somebody, you knew they had a better engine, they had a faster car. Joe, if you had a chance, you might sneak out and take a little air out of the guy's tires. Well, go to the body, you take some air out of those tires, and the guy can't use his legs, he can't use his speed.
Nice block by Macho. A little something for his opponent after getting tagged. Round comes to an end. And that's one of those rounds, Teddy, that just takes on a certain style, a certain characteristic, and that was a busy one.
Yeah, it was a busy one. Look, Joe, you don't have to look for these guys. They're right there in front of you.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think sometimes you just get those rounds where it all happens?
Because of styles. You know, styles make fights. In this case, you're seeing proof of that right there. Both guys that are aggressive, both guys that are very confident.
Don't fight his fight. Let's get on that swelling. Get on the swelling.
And round number 3 is underway. A good block. Oh, he just misses with that headshot. Alvarez is just not landing any body punches in this fight.
Well, he looks like a guy who hasn't been taught that. We're getting a little bit of an x-ray, a little bit of a peek into what his trainers show him in the gym or what they don't show him.
The Undertaker's vision is being compromised here. That swelling around the eye is worsening as the fight continues.
Well, right now he has to use every advantage he can. You're right. He's at a disadvantage. So now he has to position himself in the ring, every inch of that ring, where he keeps his opponent in a place where he can't throw punches towards the bad eye, where he positions himself where the good eye is always in a place where it could be used.
Able to dismiss it. Keeps his hands up defensively, protecting the head. Coming to the halfway point of this third round. Keeping his hands up, getting way of his opponent's effort. Each man able to land an uppercut. The Undertaker's cheek is cut. You can see it's opening up now. Boy, that could be a factor later on. Oh! Alvarez's legs look shaky. He was hurt.
Come on now.
Able to cover up that gut. He was damaged moments ago, but now he's got his feet back under him. See, the defense pays off as he gets rid of that downstairs. Blocks away that headshot. As we come to the end of the round, Joe and Teddy with you ringside. Teddy, that's one of those rounds where I wonder what were the judges looking for, because it's tough to kind of draw a line between those two fighters.
Yeah, very close, but one of those rounds where you could steal it. You did a little bit more in those last 30, 20 seconds. Maybe that's the impression the judges are left with.
Knock yourself. Still win this one.
Back to fight action as a new round is underway. Of course, in that last round, it was fairly one-sided. He was hit pretty hard, and now he has to overcome that here.
Yeah, you don't have to be Nostradamus to know that. I mean, everybody saw, he got staggered, his knees buckled, did a little dance there. But what you have to really know now is know why you got hit and correct that immediately.
A headshot blocked. The Undertaker's, you can see a cut now that's opened up near his eye. That's the worst possible place you want to deal with a cut. And now he's acting like a fighter. Coming back with the right hand after getting scored upon. Able to dismiss it. Good looking counterpunch. How is he able to do this? How is he able to take these shots?
One time Muhammad Ali talked about taking a chin. He had one of the great chins of all time. And what he basically talked about was that when you start to get hit those shots, you start to go down a hallway. And then you go into a gray room. You go from a light room to a gray room. And at the end of the hallway, you see a dark room. You don't want to go to that dark room. And you have a choice. You put your feet down, you start backing up. I'm not going to that dark room. This guy is not being taken to that dark room.
Good clean shot, returning fire. Well done by Alvarez. See, the defense pays off as he gets rid of that downstairs. minutes to go in the fourth. What do you think the right time is to stop a fight under circumstances like this? I mean, the swelling around the eye is getting really bad.
Well, part of it is he getting caught with punches clean that he wouldn't be getting caught with if the eye wasn't in that condition. That's where you start right there. Has his defense been impaired that much to that degree?
Okay, relax. Relax. Take a deep breath. I need you to focus. Anticipate his punches.
They start up again. Back to action here with another round. But who knows how much longer it'll last. This has been a completely one-sided fight. Well, I don't know if he's hit to the... Holy cow! Alvarez has been stunned. Alvarez is able to avoid that punch. Alvarez is nailed by a huge uppercut. Great fight. I mean, just a great fight. Both guys giving their all back and forth.
It doesn't get much better.
Alvarez has got a cut around his eye. Looks to be below his eye. Done that time, landing the counter punch. You get the sense that they know no other way how to fight. They are going at it, back and forth, toe-to-toe, punch for punch. Just off the mark with that punch. Blocks the headshot. Now that's a showman right there, a pure showman. Well, as that round comes to an end, it gives us a moment to kind of reflect on this overall fight. And Teddy, my thoughts are pretty clear-cut. This is the kind of fight that just takes on a personality of its own. This is an all-out war.
Yeah, this is kind of like watching a guy who's not on a budget. You know, he's spending with both hands. You know, when he goes home, he's going to have no money in his pockets. And when this fight is over, these guys are going to have nothing left in the gas tank, and it's probably not going to a decision.
Don't worry about it. The swelling is nothing. Just focus on the fight. We'll take care of it.
So here we are, a new round underway, and in that last round, he got tagged. He got hit pretty hard, Teddy.
Yeah, he did. He got caught. Now, the first thing is, we all know he got caught, but why did he get caught? He has to be able to decipher that in his head. He has to be able to have the answer to that so it doesn't happen again.
Able to counter that attack. Alvarez is showing that he doesn't have any head movement defensively whatsoever. What else is there, Teddy?
Well, there's legs. Start using your legs a little bit. Get out of range. One way or the other, get out of the other man's target place.
Turn defense into offense, comes back with the counterpunch.
And that's exactly what he brings to the game. He makes you miss, he makes you pay, and he makes you think twice about throwing a punch later on.
Distance, such a key factor always, Teddy, when it comes to defense. With his good foot movement, he's been keeping that distance. His opponent, how does he close that gap properly?
Well, first of all, he's got to use his jab to close it because he's getting picked off coming in. He's getting pot shotted. So he's got to have something coming at his opponent that keeps him distracted. Use that jab. Now, don't use it conventionally, Joe. You're jabbing at the head, you're not finding nothing. You're just finding space. So jab a little lower. Drop the sights a little bit. Jab at his chest. Just so you touch something, and then you can work your way in. You can start to find them a little.
This is why we love the sport, Teddy. I mean, this is just back and forth action nonstop.
Well, Joe, with special events have happened in history, you remember where you are. Right now, I'm going to remember where I was during this fight. I'm watching a special epic right in front of me.
Glad to be here doing it, too. What a war this is. Covers up nicely, gets rid of his opponent's body shot. Well done that time, landing the counter punch. Good counter punching there with the overhand right. Alvarez has got a good understanding of how to approach this. He was rocked earlier, but you can see he's not doing what got him into trouble.
Oh, that means he's smart. That means he's thinking there. Good for him. He has a chance of turning this around.
He soared well after being hit himself. So it's the end of the round. And as both men head back to their respective corners, Teddy, it brings up a good point that's many times not talked enough, but the culture of a corner and how guys conduct themselves. What was always your philosophy in organizing and running a corner?
Well, first of all, only one guy could be in charge. That's the trainer. You can't have too many cooks in the kitchen. It has to be organized like anything else. And you have to have calm people. You only have 1 minute. Maybe by the time the fighter gets back, maybe it's 50 seconds. So you have to be efficient. You can't have guys that are excited. They have to be able to control their emotions just like the fighter does on the outside. And everyone has to know what their job is.
Able to block that away. It was targeted for his head. The Undertaker's got to find a way to protect that eye. The cut has worsened. And if it gets any worse, you got to think this fight is coming to an end immediately.
Well, what's going to matter is when the doctor finally gets caught up and looks at it is, Joe, not how bad the cut looks or even how graphic it is to the fans out there.
Oh, Alvarez is stunned and he is hurt. Teddy, he's wobbling all over the ring.
You know, Joe, he can't use his legs right now, so he wishes, and it's too late for it because he wasn't taught, but he wishes he was a guy who was taught how to slip right in front of a guy and make the guy miss. Then at least he could do that. Right now his only chance is to grab because the legs are not going to be there for him.
Blocks the headshot. Blocks that punch. Good looking counter punch. they decide to trade there. Digs in with a good solid uppercut after taking a shot. That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by Alvarez. Teddy, this is one of those moments where you just wish you could pick up the phone and call up the world and say, tune in. Everybody should be watching this, right?
I have a cell phone. I might do that right now.
Start dialing. Alvarez has got a tough go of it now, as you can see swelling. He returns the favor with an uppercut. Frustrating his opponent with great defense. I don't know, Teddy. It just feels like one of those nights, one of those fights where somebody's getting hurt, where this is not going to the judges' scorecards.
I feel like I'm in Coney Island watching one of those hot dog eating contests where somebody's going to try to eat 50 of them, 60 of them. In other words, he's not worried how he's going to feel at the end of the night.
And we're going to cut it. No, don't worry about it. We'll take care of the swelling. Just focus on the fight and we'll take care of the swelling.
Another round underway, but how many more will we see? You get the sense this fight could be heading towards a stoppage. Good defense upstairs to stay away from that offensive assault. Alvarez is now in a position where he may not even realize it, but the eye is getting worse. Still, he fights on.
He behaves like a fighter, and that's the greatest asset you have. It's not your jab, it's not your hook, it's not your power, it's not your footwork. It's your ability to behave like a fighter when you have to. He's doing that right now.
Good block by Macho. One, but gives one. Good work by Alvarez. Good job protecting himself. Covers up nicely, gets rid of his opponent's body shot. 60 seconds to go in what has been a toe-to-toe war. Oh, what a great round. Blocks that punch. Wow, just sit back and enjoy this one. You can tell both guys are so determined to give everything they have here tonight.
So it's like the first time you heard Ray Charles sing God Bless America. You knew it was special. You knew you hadn't heard it before. I haven't seen anything like this before.
Swelling is not. let's work on that cut. It's nothing. The cut's nothing. Don't worry about it. Okay? Relax. Relax.
The action starts up again, but it's only favored one man. Hard to see this fight going the distance based on what we've witnessed so far. Alvarez is in a real tough spot now. There's no doubt about it that the eye has worsened. That cut is really looking ugly right here. What does he have to think about right now? Is it time to just take the realization that, hey, this fight could end at any moment?
Yeah, well, there's two things to that. First of all, the cutman's done his job. He's put the coagulants in there. Now he has to give them time to work. He's got to be elusive. He can't get hit on it for a little while. But also, he has to find a way for offense to stem the tide, to keep the opponent from just walking right in.
Dismisses his opponent's headshot. Good clean shot, returning fire. Well done by Alvarez. Off the mark. Well-placed counterpunch by Macho. Well, here's the way we see it. He's down on the scorecards, has to have the knockout to win it.
Yeah, and he has to understand that. You know, the main thing is he hasn't given in. You know, he's still there trying, but he's in a desperate place. So what he has to do now is look for one spot. He remembers maybe something he saw early in the night where the guy pulls out his hand down a little bit, and maybe he can time him stepping out.
It's been 2 minutes of non-stop action. Now the final minute has arrived. The ref is stopping the fight. The swelling just much too much. That's it. TKO, technical knockout. He's your winner by TKO, Teddy.
He did a great job. From the beginning to the end, there was never a doubt.
For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Thanks for being with us, everyone.